say that it feels right.
Scene here, and they're continuing to carry the torch. Let's see though, Booga looking for some early tags. We know this is the thing about NA East. It is going to be packed right from the top to the bottom. Every zone we're going to expect loads and loads of players to stay alive. There are still 95 players in the game, Ozzy, and the first zone is only halfway through closing. That means of all the fights so far, we've literally captured about 3 of them on broadcast. We are literally seeing all of the action right now because of how intense it is in the NA East region.
Yeah, NA East, they know how to play their game, they know how to play stack lobbies.
Salud. Buga está ahí de seguro campeando, mira. No, o es que la NFL, madre mía, jugadores profesionales, no creo que se la jueguen demasiado.
Dame. The Mythic grappler gun as well. A lot of the conversation always kind of falling around Kit's Mythic charge shotgun and shockwave.
Pareciera como que estuvieras en la pantalla de verdad, te lo juro. Tío, no me dejan ver.
Ese man tiene el grapple, ¿sí lo ves? No mames, mira, estoy en la FNR, mira.
Ya sal de ahí, vas a reaccionar.
Tiene 85 balas de Scar ese man. Está jodido, está muy jodido ahorita. Yo tengo el anterior, no tengo el de este, no tengo el de ahora, tengo el anterior.
So how is he going to perform on the largest setting, on the biggest stage here, on the biggest screen here, in front of all the community figures in the Fortnite scene here now, though? I'm speechless by Stretch, who got me thrown off right now. He's in the center map, making a rotate for center zone, and he's around so many players.
He's got the loadout though as well.
Esa es la skin que tenía tu amigo.
Sí.
¿Tú qué quieres que va a ganar?
No sé, yo creo que...
Yo no he visto la lista, clasificada.
Tampoco. Pero de los que he visto, yo creo que podría ganar Buga.
No creo que gane Buga.
Ay, le pegaron una balita al compa. Tío, ¿por qué se mete? ¿Quién contaste?
Ponte acá. Aquí se ve clarito.
Who's better? We saw Booger and Stretch going head to head in one of the qualifying weeks where Stretch ended up just coming out.
Este está mejor que ver la televisión,
That's right, and I mean, it's been about 4 months or so since.
Creo que se pueden poner subtítulos, deja ver. Aquí.
The stigma carries with them as they do still play
¿Cómo?
other team-based game modes, so
No, por eso no sé. Tengo que verlo.
No importa, se lo chingle.
Fight one another over in the Stevie Stacks in EU today. That was probably the biggest clash of Tayson's career because he took that to the Axis champions all the way down the line.
Madre mía, la kill que se acaban de hacer.
Él lo pigó. Mira,
Madre mía.
Dale, pigó. Es peruano ese man, ¿sabes?
Sí. Vamos.
Ese man juega durísimo. Junto a Yelty y Yalti. Pero ahorita creo que no está Yelty. Pinky Boy.
Chuta, está difícil la decisión quién podría ganar,
El anterior creo que la ganó Pigot, ¿sí, no?
Sí, creo. Ay, la balita que le acaban de pegar.
Trying to find his way out of this one if he can. He was throwing that big pot ahead of him, but this player was waiting for it. Kind of choreographed exactly where he was going to go into this push. So Prickly Boy trying to close it out. Players on top.
Hay mucha gente que se ve que juega en teclado ratón. Madre mía, ¿quién murió? Hostia.
That's right, Justice read the law and laid it down just like that, showing that he was going to be the one to action the scene right now. And that was well played. He just walks through pure confidence through Prickly Boy, who couldn't seemed to find the defense, seemed to find the shots that he needed. There's Sentinel's aspect on the other side. One of the veterans of the Fortnite community scene for the NA East. And a part of the earliest days of Fortnite competition. Now, back on his stride, back on the high horse here as a solo competitor. It almost seems like he came out of nowhere in the recent times, just coming back, showing players that, hey, this vet here still has what it takes to compete on the grand final stage. Ladies and gentlemen at home, this is game number 1. As you are
¿Cuándo estás viendo tú?
That's gonna be a big down there, though. Ozzy, that was Cody.
Es que estaba viendo si se le podía poner el subtítulo.
Because this elimination, while being important as 1 point, I need to know who gets that mythic loot because that is going to change the game massively. If you're not dropping caddy corners, but you end up with
Tío, no dejan ver.
like we saw with Calc yesterday, Calc dropped, I think it was
Acá,
an
acá.
8 elimination win or
Acá,
close
vende.
because he got his hands on that caddy loot because he found it in the mid to end game. So whoever has now found that, as I say, Calc goes down to Colazo. So
Uy, ya mismo están en el endgame.
I believe is going
Sí,
back,
ya.
we have 12
Cerca,
to the
cerca.
ball, but if we can get a sight on who exactly has that shockwave launcher, it could play
Sí, el
massively
endgame
to this endgame.
es
It's a big
una
name
una
who's
matanza, vas a ver.
performing and not used to having the added advantage of 2 mythic
Uy,
items.
no, mira la Pigot.
Vamos.
Tiene,
Mira.
tiene 2 puntos todavía. Solo
Sí.
tiene 2 puntos.
Individuals stacked up on top of another off of this rotate here from west to east, trying to get to the safety of the new zone. P-God yesterday did this as well.
¿Estará
He was
Pigot en
playing
directo? Deja ver.
off of these non-dead side rotates. I mean, he's just walking directly to the zone and taking battles along the way. We saw that halfway through the competition. It worked against them.
En Twitch.
We'll see though, but no, not
Sí,
this time. It doesn't
viendo
matter.
Twitch.
P-God's gonna react with the quick.
Pigot se hizo tranquilo.
Uzi is an up-and-comer
Otro
as of
kill.
late. He has been on fire, but P-God shuts that out. He puts the
He
fire
got
out.
shots it out quick. That was such a good quick flick.
Mon Alice sí está en directo. Y Flix también.
Ponte aquí mejor.
Pigot didn't see the player coming through because
No,
the
no.
builds were breaking, and then just split second reaction.
¿Dónde estoy yo?
The beautiful charge shotgun shot, and Pigot's now got 3 eliminations on the board coming into shotgun shot, and Pigot's now got 3 eliminations on the board coming into endgame with the peppers as well, so he's got that extra mobility to maybe make that next rotate. And you touched on it just then, Monster. He doesn't really exactly go for the safe rotates. He'll go up against players and back himself in fights just like that. And now he's getting his Storm Surge tags, he's getting his damage on the board, as we still have Storm Surge active right now. There is still 1 player getting hit by Storm Surge in this lobby, as 71 players are still alive.
I just want to say that is probably the second or third
Aquí
time
está
we've seen a ridiculous
subtítulo.
shot like that.
Ay, de nuevo le pegaron otra bolita.
Himself, a nice little ridiculous elim onto Avery, who was so lit up on the run from an opponent. And although skills may not be able to grab the rewards,
Uy, mira, ya están, ya parece endgame eso, loco. Míralo, míralo.
Literal. Oye, dejen de manchar la pantalla.
Players being
Estoy viendo por detrás. Mira, ven acá atrás, ven acá atrás. Atrás.
divvied out as players go down.
Sí.
And just like that, now Skittle has
Bueno, por lo
2.
menos aquí no
This is
nos
a
interrumpe.
nice step in the right direction here. If the EU FNCS
Espera, déjame
Grand
dejar un
Finals, any
poquito.
indicator though to how you want to play, how many points you want to average to take home a victory,
Uy, Dios mío
you're gonna
santo.
need anywhere from 8 to about 10 around on average to be the FNCS champion of the region.
That is such a tall ask. 8 to 10 points every game for 6 games when you're battling out with 99 of the other best players in your region. Just showing
Oh,
these
Dios.
players are a whole
Qué rico
Literalmente.
es.
31 tags.
Oh, esto es mejor que el cine, ¿eh?
Someone who has a lot of pressure on them here today, a lot of expectations going down with 1 placement point on the board. Don't know if he got an elimination. We didn't see him in the feed, but just the unfortunate misplay there, going up against that wall that Justice does own, and he just has to hit that window edit and go straight through. Justice now knowing there's another player behind his other wall, so Justice in a really good
Imagínate
position to score.
clasificar a la FNS.
About 6 or 7 players all on top of
Madre
each other.
mía.
Lucky being one of them, so
Pura gente
scary
otaku.
spot to be in.
Demasiada gente
Lucky,
otaku.
one of the scariest
Mira, ve
players
ahí hay 4 juntos en un cubo.
across all game modes. Doesn't matter where you place him, team based, squad based, solo based, he performs, he shows up. Smack though is going to be lighting up the feed right now, find himself his
Sí,
own point. Here's D-Roller.
Pigot sí está en directo, creo. Déjalo.
D-Roller, one of those few key individuals that once he gets going, he can definitely start to play off of that momentum. We know him to be a fragger. I want to say during the FNCS Invitationals, he was breaking
no,
records on his
Rampage.
streak on up
He was.
to those grand finals as well. So this is a player that lately he's been somewhat dormant, but it shows that hey, when he turns on big.
Mira, yo tengo este de acá. No, no tengo el de esta temporada.
Yo tampoco lo tengo.
Tengo este y el graffiti. Deja ver si lo encuentro el graffiti.
Yeah, and I was just going to say with
Acá
B-roll
está.
as well, it's just showing that he can kind of like, he can change the game style as well though. Obviously last in their solo invitational, there was a lot of...
Pero
Lo que
no
me
tengo el
preocupa es
de-
cuánto tiempo se va a hacer de video,
placement split. It's showing his diversity to be able to play to that and play to the placement points and understanding that most of the players are usually kind of winning this one out with a higher average
Quiero
point
subirme aquí.
elimination points overall.
Pero tengo una bala.
Some of the regions like Asia have a lot lower point split with a three-way tie for 47.
Sí, me subí, no.
Regions like my hometown region OCE was 70 plus points for first. It's just you don't know. You need to play.
Dale, Pigo, dale.
Scoring format. You need to play to what is going to give you consistency.
Yeah, it's been very volatile across all the regions. Someone who's on fire.
3 eliminaciones lleva ese man.
My gosh, 3 eliminations.
Pigo,
already. We're not even
una máquina,
halfway through the lobby. He's owning up to his name right now. Honestly, he has just been on top of everything. This new zone's going to be popping soon, though. We're going to see that half in, half out reveal itself, and he's
Ahora
already
sí están en el
being
endgame.
so active. I wonder if he can
Ahí
make
estamos
an
viendo a
endgame this
Pigo.
time around. That is going to be momentous for him.
Would be momentous. He gets an opposite
Otro
half
kill de
after.
Pigo.
One of the zones you
Bueno.
want to get the most. This is the full pull zone right now. So as you can see,
Pigo va a 4 kills, madre mía.
Escopeta de carga,
he likes to be around there. He likes
fusil de caza y
to go on the
Y
fusil de
rifle
asalto
azul.
It could be easy for him. He could pick up even more eliminations on the
Loot
way.
no está
no
mal.
tiene mal.
La-
No tiene mal.
Las
Lo que
camas
sí tiene,
están
tiene
buenardas
dos
para
nada
la
más.
rotación.
Sí, pero solo tiene 2, creo que vi. Y tiene 4 minis, creo que le vi.
Ujú. Salud de Pigo, nada mal,
Out in the cone, looking really nice up here on the top side. He's gonna have to start making his rotate as well. It's not as far as Pigo, but it's still a pretty difficult zone as we still haven't even gained.
Mira
a
toda la
second
gente que
placement
queda
point
todavía,
today.
bro.
Top 50 is where these players will get one
Sí,
more point on
loco.
the board. Blake having one for top 75. Needs to look
Ese man
to
solo
hold
tiene,
some of these players that he
tiene un
uses in
punto,
rotation
dice,
behind
bueno.
him.
Este
Yo
sí
creo
lo
que,
conozco.
yo creo que para este video voy a tener que dejar la play todo el día en modo reposo para que se descargue.
High expectations or looking forward to seeing how he can pull this off today, but no medium ammo left in the AR, shotgun only and a hard.
Pero ¿por qué no haces un directo más fácil?
I'm just looking at the
No.
feed right there. I saw Dubs pick up reverse Sucade. Kanata's gonna fall to hand here as Bucky falls to Blake, and that's 3 major names, major players.
¿Te imaginas que no esté grabando ahora?
Skilled individuals all falling
A ver,
in succession
revisa,
on this
revisa.
road
No, no,
here
no.
to the half in, half out.
Ya fue
This
revisa.
is where things get interesting. This is where Fortnite
Si
really
no puedo
starts to
sacar la
shine
grabación de
as a
esto.
competitive
O sea,
Here it is. It's when things
lo que
start
quería
to get
grabar
intense
lo puedo
and the
sacar.
zone starts to move. Here it is though, Blake still being so active to control, throws the cone down, and I can't help but imagine that he's gonna go ahead and conclude this one as well. The second elimination for him now onto Haji here. End zone's gonna pull his way.
Haji, a player who hasn't been so prominent in these games, but did manage to win a game in his heat to jump himself up there and qualify. Unfortunately, falling here at the hands of Blake, who had a great.
Ahorita viene la rotación.
He's got 2 huge refreshes in the
Ya
half
va.
zone, so he's looking really good. Needs to try and kind of find some way to get back in this one a little bit more as he's on the bottom side, but rotating zone is going to go back through the woods, through all that tree cover, so not sure if he's going to be able to find his way back down on the low
Ya
ground.
están en
It's
que
still
rotan, ¿no?
much better with 5 crash pads and 1 launch pad.
Tío, es que hay gente muy pesada que no vas a ver,
Wide shot giving you guys who's in the game. I see Bully, I see Aspect still alive, Illis still alive as well, and Illis is going to be running right through Pose here, who's on the other side of the
Pero
wall.
bueno,
He's going to go in and crash pad.
Bueno,
his
pero
way
bueno,
in.
pero bueno.
That's going to be a major impact frag. Impact elimination for Illis. That's going to
Ese man tiene 4
material count as well.
4 camas
The entire lobby now is
y
looking to
un
scramble
pescado
across here, but
y
Illis
6
is still
minis.
firing up. He's going to catch back.
Y una kill
Escopeta táctica, escopeta táctica y fusil azul. Ambos azules.
Y va a 3 kills.
Está muy difícil, está muy difícil.
Ahorita el que tiene el gancho, ese man va a tener la altura cada rato.
Es verdad. Es lo pico. Si ves, yo te dije, solo tenía 2 camas. Te va a quedar.
He's got to make
Yo
sure
te
he
dije.
knows the players above him. He's trying to
Pico
tenía-
ya no
no
tiene
tenía-
cama.
Por eso te
No,
dije.
Pico.
Solo tenía 2 camas el man.
Ya murió
Yo te
Pico.
dije.
zone and he falls just outside top 30. A good game from P-God, those 7 points on the board as we now have
Supongo que los que están por aquí arriba tienen que ser, uno de esos tiene que tener el gancho.
Literal. Hay uno que está más arriba que todos. Tío, deja ver, enfermo.
stuck down there on the low ground though. He's gonna have to keep playing for it. I want to see who has that shockwave launcher and who can actually really contest height. As Blake making a good push for it too. 23 points on the board. He's now inside that top 25. Those 2 refreshes were everything he needed to get him to this point, but he's gonna need another one soon as he's down to 5.
Que literalmente pareciera como que si tú saltas pareciera como que estuvieras jugando ahí.
He's gonna have to go. This zone keeps going up. Takes down Nano.
Pero bueno, mira.
Take down Nano at a very consistent play here in this one. AJ falling in the feed.
Hay un man aquí que está viendo aquí atrás.
Everyone up this big mountain.
Ahí está el del gancho. Oye, ahorita que me puedo pensar que tiene lanzadora también, madre mía,
¿Qué hay gente con el lanzador?
Sí.
¿Quién tiene el lanzador?
No lo sé, no lo vi. No me fijé.
Y el de arriba sí no lo conozco. Pero bueno. 13 y uno con 12 puntos. ¿Sí lo ves?
Qué partidaza, ¿eh?
Yo creo que este man lo tiene que ganar. Baja.
Quedan 5 ya.
No llego a leer cuánto. No llego a...
Quedan 5. Ah, no, quedan 6. Perdón, me equivoqué. Ahora sí quedan 5, creo.
Ya, es un... Ya...
El que tiene la altura ganó, sí.
Ya te dije, te van a ganar. 6 eliminaciones, vicio, wey. F por buga.
Aplauso para este brother,
F por buga.
Un otaku,
Un locazo, buga. Casi se me cae la suya.
But don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be sending it over to the boys at the analyst table to break it all down for us. That was a great game
Pero mira todo eso,
showing for the
loco.
opening here at the FNCS Grand Finals, NA East.
Bueno, precisos, hasta aquí el video de hoy. Espero que les haya gustado este video de reaccionando a la NBFS. Madre mía, ahí están hablando.
What's going on, guys? It's me, Zeke. We're
Ya
here
que
with
todavía no se
Sundown.
termina,
We're
¿no?
breaking down some of the action. I gotta say, Sundown, the old guard and NA East have all been falling. And
Bueno,
it's
mírame,
very
mírame,
interesting specifically that we do see
Tú no.
Blake picking up the victory round because we saw this literally
Un crack.
exact thing. play
Yo
out
no
in the
clasifiqué porque
You
no
have two
quise.
players
Tú sabes.
walking in that final one with 5 eliminations. The one person that wins gets that 4-point swing to start the day.
And that ends up pushing him up to a 20-point first game. which he's able
Voy a dormir a mi hermana. Ya vengo, ya.
We talked about some of the old guard.
Ya,
Déjame,
dale,
déjame,
no me mores.
déjame,
We
déjame.
still had some of the old guard up as
Pero
well.
bueno.
Blake's been around for a while. Ronaldo pushing towards the top, and Dubs
El
also
buga
making
no
it
está.
towards the end, with Illis finally falling to old.
Face
F.
Dobbs.
See the
Hace
scoreboard
tiempo que no
reflecting
veo.
a little bit of that
Ese-
there. Blake in
no me
first
acordaba
right
ya.
now, Illis in second,
Face
Hoop
Dobbs.
in third, Colossal
noveno
in
puesto,
on,
hermano.
rounding out fourth and fifth. Fishy, Cozy, Skittles, and then Dubs and Ronaldo.
Y el que acaba de ganar
But notice
no
everyone
está ni en los 10.
through 10, even on 11 points, but the difference being the
Ve,
elimination.
Pigot está en el puesto 20, ¿ves? Jelty le gana por un puesto.
Now we're gonna flip on over to the next page. And again,
Jelty le gana por un puesto.
¿En qué puesto estará Buga?
Jake, polarized, dangerous,
Ay, no.
Jack,
Pobre
Aspect,
Buga.
right, Shelty, P-God.
Después de ganar la World Cup ya no fue lo
Ultimately,
mismo.
like this first game, and we saw sort of happen in EU. It's like a general feeler, right? Like you have 6 games to play. You know you're competing with the 100.
No está Buga, mira, no está,
Now, what
no
happens
está.
if I drop the ball? Tested? What does my pathing look like? You know, there's so many. all
Es
these
que Buga
variables
se quedó campeando ahí, yo te dije, ese man no, era de moverse
I
ahí.
feel like this first one's fine.
No,
right?
era
Like,
no
we have
quedarse
some
ahí.
points on the board. That's okay. Now what we have to look forward to is like where do these people land? How do
¿Te
they
imaginas que Buga
adjust
está en el
to
top
the
100?
meta that's kind of self-contained in the
Ah.
finals, and what they need to do to ensure themselves making it into
Espérame,
the top
espérame.
placement, as I guess
Yeah.
high up along the placement as possible.
Yeah, the goal is to be
Bueno, mis forastitos, espero que les haya gustado este video. Hasta aquí el video de reaccionando por hoy. Ya saben, si quieren seguir viendo este tipo, vayan al modo juego que está antes de que se termine esto. Chao, chao.